Hey, what's up guys, this is Paul the auto technician from Paul Nash Auto's garage, and today I'm working on a 2012 Nissan Note, which I refer actually as a little horse because it has a 1.2 liter DIG or direct injected gasoline engine with a supercharger. That's why I'm referring to it as a little horse. So what happens with a little horse is that every morning the owner has to jumpstart the vehicle. It cannot start on its own. Even when you go and park it in the night with the battery fully charged, the next morning that battery is below something like is below 10 volts. I want to show you something that I've just narrowed down, and then from that point onward we can make the appropriate fix. Now this video is entirely about diagnosing so in case I don't get back with the fix, we'll already have come up with a solution to take care of our problem. If this is your first time on this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button, like this video, share it, and by doing so you'll be supporting this channel in a bigger way. So hop on the back of the little horse and let's ride together. Alright, so I already scanned the system. That was before today, and I made a report. So you want us to go through that report, diagnostic report. It's all system diagnosis. This one here, the one that I did on the 24th of July. This is a Nissan. I already introduced the car, and you can see the codes that we have on the system. See, we have one code for the ABS, we have 17 codes for the BCM, and these are all those codes. Now these codes, most likely they relate on two things: voltage drop and communication. And this communication issue can pop up as a result of voltage drop. If a module is not receiving enough voltage or is not getting enough power, the system might shut down. Okay, so I've connected my probes right here to the DLC connector, pin 6 and pin 14. Right, pin 6 is can high, pin 14 is can low. Okay, now if I've not mentioned them correctly, you can go ahead and correct me in the comment section. Okay, so this is my system right here. Now right there is my can high, because my Pico is a 2-channel scope. So channel 1, that's channel A, is on the can high. It's set on 5 volt, and channel B is my amp clamp, where I'm getting the data of current draw from my amp clamp, and I've set it to the 500 milliamps threshold. Okay, right now this is not the real data because the vehicle is in sleep mode. Okay, now to better get this, to better have the chance of knowing this problem, let the vehicle be in sleep mode. That's the only way you can be able to narrow down on this problem. Okay, because it is a parasitic draw and it is happening overnight. Okay, this is my clamp right here. I've hooked it on this wire. This wire comes here to feed this this tracking device, and I've already connected my test light to the ground. So if I probe it right here, you can see I have voltage right there. Current is flowing to the device. That is the first wire, the black wire. Then I hook it to the yellow one, that one right there. So if I probe it also, it has a power supply, and that's 12 volts. Then I come to the red one, and if I probe it with my test light, you can see the test light is lighting. So these are actually 3 wires. The other one is a ground wire, the white one. So these wires, they are receiving a voltage or current from this little wire right here. Now this little wire has been spliced off from a thick wire that is supplying power to the fuse box. That fuse box right there, the white one that looks like a plastic. This wire is supplying power or current this single wire right there, supplying to these 3 splices right here. Okay, the yellow wire, the red wire, and the black wire. So my clamp is connected to that wire. Then you come to my scope, and this is what I'm getting right here. So this is the CAN high communication line. This is the red one here, okay, where I'm pointing my cursor right there. Okay, that red one here, that is the measurement of the current draw. And if I pull in my cursor right there, I'm drawing about 382 milliamps. Actually, I'm drawing about 386 milliamps right there. When you look at this waveform, like on this section here, let me grab this byte right here. Okay, all these sharp spikes here, these are happening, this draw is happening because that device is trying to communicate with some device, maybe from the server. Okay, you can see how it's directly affecting my bus line. Right there. Okay, you see how they match? Voltage is going up, current is dropping. All right, so this is a clear example of how adverse this situation is, or this problem is. All right, so you can see it is climbing. It was 386 milliamps. Right now it is climbing, and it is 391 milliamps right there. Okay, that is the draw that is being pulled by that tracking device. Now what happened is that that setup, I did set it about 30 minutes ago, and from the time that I set it and zeroed my arm clamp, current drop started rising gradually, and after like 30 minutes we are drawing about 391 milliamps. So if we do some little maths overhead, 391 milliamps multiplied by roughly 6 hours, all right, say just a period of 6 hours. It's a rough estimation. Okay, so if you just do that little calculation, you'll get 2,346 milliamps, right? Now that 2,346 milliamps is 2.3 amps. So if a circuit is drawing about 2.3 amps every morning, you'll find your battery drained below 10 volts. And that is why that problem was chronic. Now, before I was called in, the vehicle had gone through a couple of guys, and they tried to look for the situation. There was even some guy who disconnected the aftermarket alarm system, but it never solved the problem. Okay, rule of thumb, no matter what system you've installed on your vehicle, whether it's an aftermarket system or a factory system, it should never draw more than 60 milliamps, okay? The draw should be between 30 to 60 milliamps, and that happens when you switch off the vehicle. It's in sleep mode, but the anti-theft system or the immobilizer control module is communicating with the antenna of the antennas of the vehicle to get the position of the vehicle and if the key is around, right? So that happens, but the draw should never exceed 60 milliamps. So this thing has a problem, right? We have a big problem right here. So what I want to do, I want to go ahead and cut off that connection, that wire, and see if we'll be drawing anything. This is where I've connected my arm clamp, and as you can see, the draw is gradually rising. Now it's 410 milliamps, okay? It's back probed on the red wire right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this wire here. And my test light is off, okay? So basically right now we are not drawing anything on the arm clamp. Let's go and observe the oscilloscope. Okay, you can see our current drop has dropped to about 1.759 milliamp. Okay, that is very low, right? So that means that we are not getting any draw from that point on, right? Now when I hook it to my battery right here from the main power source, this is what I'm getting, about 9.45 milliamps. That is still good, as long as it is below the threshold of 60 milliamps. I'm good with that one. Alright guys, you've seen what we've gone through right here, and you've seen the adverse effects of poor installation of these tracking systems on this vehicle. I do believe there must be somewhere, because when the manufacturers they manufacture these systems, they create provisions if you want to install extra accessories on the system. Now this vehicle, remember it already has a factory anti-theft system, okay? But I think most likely the reason why they installed that tracker is because it must have been facilitated maybe by a financial institution, and for that reason that's why they decided to fix that tracking device on the system, so that they can be able to track and locate the vehicle anywhere the vehicle might be. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hit the like button. If you're new on this channel, kindly subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.